Legia Warsaw 0, Chelsea 3. Legia Warsaw 0, Chelsea 3. Welcome back to Chelsea Godfather channel. This is Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Guys, 3-0 to the Chelsea is pretty much a done deal. Right, we couldn't have asked for anything more in terms of an away scoreline in a European fixture, notwithstanding is mighty Legia Warsaw of Poland, but you still need to go out and get the job done. And essentially that's what our boys did. Maresca, you guys already know Enzo. Enzo likes to make a lot of changes. He likes to tinker with his lineup. And I believe, again, just as we saw on Sunday, he's doing this to basically keep his key players available. I won't say necessarily fresh. Fresh is not the word. The word is injury free. Let's just use that phrase. He's trying to monitor, right, the fitness of his players, of certain key players, to make sure that they will be available for the biggest games. And with all due respect to Legia Warsaw, yeah, you guys just saw we won 3-0 away from home, and he was able to leave the likes of Enzo, Caicedo, Jackson on the bench. Right? So it is, what it is now. Notwithstanding, we didn't really play like the score line is a bit leading in terms of considering how we played in the first half, or how we basically didn't play, because it's almost as if we won the field, but we pretty much got nothing done in the first half. We had the ball, but literally, I believe only me, I had one tame shot on that target, some back pass, header from a corner kick, with about like 30 or so, almost 40 minutes gone in the first half, which is just crazy, right? I mean, they predictably set up in a low block, 5-4-1 low block. That's basically what Chelsea, Maresca's Chelsea has struggled with all season. We have struggled to break, to ply open these low blocks, and today was looking like it's not like it was going to pretty much be no different from prior Brentfords of the world, where we huffed and puffed and managed to just get away with a goalless draw. Right, that's the way it was looking, because at a point I was like wondering, okay, at one point do you bring in the likes of Jackson off the bench and Enzo off the bench? I mean, we saw Nkunku, as usual. He gave us nothing. I mean, he missed his penalty. At this point, I'm beginning to feel bad. I'm beginning to feel sorry. That's not the word is sorry. I begin to feel a bit sorry for Nkunku. I mean, the young man's head is clearly not at this club. He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player. But if your head is not here, then guess what? Even the likes of 18-year-old, or is it 19-year-old Tyrique George, just like Guy, before him, is going to outplay you in the field. And that's just, that it is what it is. If your head is not for this shirt, right? You're not going to be focused. You're not going to maintain, concentration to help us, win games. It's not only about scoring; it's what you do, your effort on and off the ball. He's not, switched on. He's not switched on. That's part of why, and Nkunku, that normally would have been able to dispatch, at least if not anything, you can count on him to dispatch away his penalty. He just took like a very poor PK. So it is what it is. Then we have Kiernan, Drew Hall, overall he did well, but he had two open, headers. He should have buried at least one of those two headers. He should have done better. He should, if not anything, should have at least put his. I believe none of those headers was he able to put on the ball on, target. So, obviously, normally would have had Enzo, Fernandez there. So at a point, I was wondering, okay, I know at one point do you bring in Enzo? Do you bring in, Caicedo? Do you bring in, Jackson? But, fair play to, Maresca. He stuck to his guns and, doubled down because what he did was at halftime, he removed Cole Palmer. Palmer, he wasn't bad, but he, didn't really do much either in the first half. I mean, it wasn't all his fault because he didn't really have a striker to play with. So he removed Palmer. He brought in Nani. Then that allowed Maresca to basically switch George to basically play in through the middle. Whether he was he I believe he was probably playing 9 because Nkunku is really more or less really a 10. So with Palmer out, George then moved to 9, and Nkunku dropped into Palmer's 10 role. And then of course he swapped by the shield out with a like for like change with Levi Koval. That was pretty much a change to maintain fitness for players that are coming back from injuries. So that was the sub that basically unlocked the game. It was basically the first goal came from a strike from outside the box by skipper Reece James. Their goalie tried to parry the ball away, but he parried it back into the danger zone. Tyrique George was alert. Thankfully, George was there. I'm not going to take any more pot shots at Kunku, but at least George was alert and he was quick to the ball. Classic, poacher's goal, and he still had to score with his, weaker left leg, which is what he did. And then after that, it became the Nani Madueke show. Yeah, he then, followed up with a brace. The first goal came from, I believe it was James that intercepted their, goalie's, clearance from, it was more or less a pass, I think is what he was trying to pass to a player in midfield in the central of the park. James intercepted it and quickly sent the ball to Jadon Sancho, who nicely and accurately found an open Nani in the box, and that was 2-0. Nani was calm in the box. Basically looked the goalie the wrong way, and forced him to basically dive the wrong way. That was 2-0. The third goal again came from that was after Nkunku's missed PK. Literally right after that, we went right down won the ball from them, and Jadon again, nice tidy work. His assist for the third goal was sublime. Was sublime. That's the thing about Sancho. He has the technical ability, and this is a player that again needs reassurance from his manager. He's a confidence player. There's some players that are confidence players. If his confidence is low, he's not going to give you anything. But once he begins to feel like okay, yeah, I can play. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but that is Sancho, because his assist for the third goal was just brilliant. And of course, not to take away anything from Nani's, Nani's movement into the box to literally, tap in. The ball was just, it's almost like strikers instinct, because again, how many times have we had a ball, literally a square ball, roll across the face of the opponent's goal and not have anybody in front of goal to basically score? And so that was pretty much it. That was all she wrote. 3-0. I mean, that pretty much should be the fixture. Next Thursday is the return leg at the bridge. You guys already know that it's going to be more or less the same. The likes of Josh, which by the way, Josh Achampong, the boy is quality. That boy, young boy, is so talented, so talented. I mean, he's very good. He's very good, and I'm so thankful that we held on to him, because he can play anywhere. He looks so comfortable in midfield, which is not what I had expected when Maresca removed James. Then Josh slotted into the CDM role, and he did not look out of place in that role. The boy is good. That's all I have to say. Our next game is on Sunday. Ipswich at home. You guys already know it's 3 points. We need 3 points, and our hope, obviously, we've seen all these players that were left on the bench. We anticipate seeing them at the bridge to start the game, and where we can just get off to the races early and often and put Ipswich to the sword and take out 3 and put our 3 points in the bag. It is what it is. We need to finish top 4 or bust. That's all I have. How do y'all feel? Like this video, share the video, subscribe to my channel. God bless you and peace.